Well, we gonna look at this one. Windows 11 is fucked. Users call it microslop. Who could have guessed? No one likes Windows 11. Literally no one. I have no one ever heard talking positively about Windows 11. That barely happened with Windows 10 too, by the way. I personally hate Windows 10. I would rather have Windows 11, Windows 7. My god, I fucking hate Windows 10. It's so trash. That's why I also will never go to Windows 11, because it's even worse than 10. God, I'm getting angry. I'm getting angry. By the way, Clownfishtv video.
Microslop. We're going to talk about microslop and why it is trending right now. A lot of backlash, a lot of people not feeling it with Microsoft, a lot of people switching from Windows 11 to Linux. Some people even downgrading from Windows 11 to Windows 7. I am not kidding.
Well, yeah, because Windows 7 was the last really good operating system that Microsoft made. Windows 10 is inferior to Windows 7. That's literally how it is. I would rather run Windows 7. Fuck Windows 10. And fuck Windows 11 twice. The number one reason to keep Windows 10, yeah, it's just better than 10. Everything is better than 11. Yes, everything is better than 11. 11 is... for the ones who don't know, everyone is saying that Windows Vista was so bad. Oh my god, it's horrible. I never had actual problems with Windows Vista. I think it's fine. I would rather have Windows Vista than Windows 10 or 11. That's how bad Windows 10 is. Windows 10 has given me more problems with in general, you know. Fuck all these forced updates on me. Jesus, fuck you all. Installing shit that I don't want, that I don't need, that I uninstall after you install it. Fuck you. Fuck Microsoft. Fuck Bill Gates. Fucking piece of shit.
A lot of people are reinstalling Windows 7 on their computers. So we're going to see why everybody's so angry at Microsoft right now. Other than the obvious, right? It's a greedy corporation that wants to shove AI into everything and make your computer virtually unusable and also spy on you and upsell you at every opportunity they get, right? But yeah, apparently this...
That's true. Windows 11 massively spies on you. Windows 11 is basically spyware that you pay for. It's horrible.
CEO is it Satya Nadella penned an AI-heavy blog post to close out 2025. Basically, we're not allowed to call it slop anymore. People still are, and they're tuning out. They're uninstalling Microsoft. I think a lot of people are getting tired of it. Windows has always been, you know, kind of touch and go. It seems like every other version is good, and you know, when they have a good.
The last good Windows was 7. That was the last one. You personally never had any problems with Windows 10? Oh, I had problems after Windows updates that they reset my audio settings for streaming and everything. Why? And not only me, a lot of streamers and YouTubers had that problem. That shit would just reset everything. Or that one update that literally deleted everything on hard drives and SSDs. That it didn't happen all the time, I think. But, well, with that update, it didn't happen to everyone. But to enough entities that it was a problem, because that happen to companies. Imagine you have a company. Your IT guy, updates Windows, and now all the data is gone. Keeping your Windows updated is a normal thing in a company. You just do that without even thinking twice. But Windows 10, the updates there, they were so bad that IT guys stopped updating the company Windows until they were sure that it wouldn't fuck up the company's computers. That's how bad Windows 10 was, and that was 10. Now imagine 11. By the way, as a company, you never want Windows 11 on your computer because Microsoft is spying on you, on everyone, because that's what they are supposed to do.
They don't know when to quit while they're ahead. Windows 10 was actually a pretty solid operating system, and I begrudgingly converted some of our systems over to Windows 11, but I made sure I stripped Copilot out of it, and I used an application called Shut Up Windows 10/11 to get rid of some other stuff I don't want. It seems to run fine now, but I do like Windows 10 much better. Anyway, we're going to talk about this. We're going to talk about the exodus to Linux.
And Shatter. I think my Windows 10 isn't a spot bread. It's a special boy. Yes. Windows 10 is the retard in the class, and Windows 11 is the village retard. That's how I would see it.
A blistering 6% of computer users are using Linux now. Hey, that's saying something. But actually,
wait, what? How many?
We're going to talk about the exodus to Linux. A blistering 6% of computer users are using Linux now. Hey,
that's actually massive. Because Windows was almost 100%. Simply because it's everywhere. It's everywhere. You basically don't have a private computer with anything else than Windows. Even companies. Now we have in Germany SAP, which have their own operating system, which is, well, it's just for companies. So a person like me doesn't use it. So they are basically not a player unless it's up to companies. And even companies, a lot of the actual IT servers, a lot of them run Linux because it uses less resources and you have more control over everything.
Saying something, but actually what shocked me more than anything was Windows 7. People going back to Windows 7. So yeah, before we get into it any further, please subscribe for more pop culture news, views, and rants, guys. No woohoos in this video. A lot of people are very upset with Microsoft. It wouldn't be appropriate. Hey, if you want to know how to install Linux Mint, and it's very easy.
I actually thought about switching to Windows 7 or even to Linux. The thing is, I think a lot of gamers would switch to Linux if Steam, Steam would please fucking release Steam OS for everyone to download. I think that's a long-term plan. I think the Steam machine will come with it installed already. So that might be just, keep going.
Go out to a video we did a couple of weeks ago. We made a DIY Linux Steam machine with a Geekom computer. Now, people were wondering why I put Mint on the mini computer instead of Steam OS. I did that so you could use it for other things. And it's also the easiest version of Mint to install. If you guys are not familiar with Linux Mint, go check it out. It's just linuxmint.com. It is very Windows-like. It actually reminds me of Windows XP. And pretty much anything you can do on a Windows machine, you can do on Mint. And I guarantee you your computer is going to run a hell of a lot faster because it doesn't have all the bloat. That being said, there are a couple of applications that do not work terribly well with Wine, which is the...
That is to be expected, because a lot of companies go, yeah, we only care about Windows. Fuck Linux. Which for games is kind of not really true. Well, for the AAAs it is. Because it's not true for the smaller ones, because they can just, you know, make it compatible with Linux. If Linux, by the way, uses Vulkan as its API for running shit, which also works on Windows. So if you make a game, just make it run with Vulkan. It's easier to port to all the systems.
Emulation layer. I found a couple, unfortunately, that we use, so I have to keep a couple of our machines Windows for now. But you know, I'm working toward de-Microsofting our entire office, and that day will be glorious. But for now, we're kind of stuck with it. But yeah, if you'd like to know how to do it, just go out, check out that video. So let's find out why Microslop is trending, according to Windows Central. It's trending on social media due to backlash to Microsoft's ongoing AI obsession. Okay. The Streisand effect continues to be real as the Microsoft CEO, his AI comments go viral. A couple days ago, he penned a short note on his hopes for artificial intelligence going into 2026. Microsoft is very much all in on AI, with Azure providing a significant chunk of the backbone for ChatGPT. They have a ChatGPT-powered Copilot app in virtually every product it has, whether you like it or not. I would recommend, if you have Windows 11, uninstall it. Do yourself a huge favor and uninstall it. Just slows everything down. The brute force by which Microsoft is introducing these products has led to an unrelenting backlash on social media, and Nadella's latest comments reignited the commentary in a big way. In the piece, he said that he hoped society would move on from questions of slop for AI, emphasizing that for the technology to gain acceptance, it needs to move beyond spectacle. So, for it to gain acceptance...
This is so retarded to say. So retarded. I can tell you, 100% certainty here. You don't need an OS, an operating system, that uses AI to enhance anything, because there is nothing to enhance, especially not user experience enhancement in an OS. Allow me to control everything there, and don't change things up with updates. Like before the update, settings section is here, and now to get there after the update, it's over here, and you have to go through different menus to get there. That's Windows 10 and 11, I would guess so too, because I remember at 1 or 2 updates they changed where things are, so I never knew where things are. I still don't know where things are, and I'm using Windows 10 for at least 10 years. I barely know my way around in Windows 10. Give me Windows 7 and I just can use it perfectly fine, because I'm used to that structure of that system for 20 years, because the structure fundamentally is the same as Windows 95, which worked just fine. So why did they change it for Windows 10? Because fuck you, you dumb asshole. You don't need to know all these things. You don't need to easily know where everything is. Fuck you. Who do you think you are? Our customer? Give me your money, you bitch, before I slap you on your ass. That's the attitude of Microsoft. Fuck those people. And also, I think my Windows 10 and 11 are so bad because of the people that worked on it. Because they hired all the people that have no idea what they are doing, but you know, they have the right skin color and the right thing between their legs. And then you end up with, well, Windows 10 and 11. Fucking bullshit.
At this point, you should make it optional for people. I don't think that you should force Copilot into everything. I don't think that you should, by default, take screenshots of people's desktops, by default, send all kinds of data to Microsoft.
Yeah.
Right? People don't know what they're agreeing to when they install an operating system. And I promise you, Linux Mint is not as invasive as Microsoft software is.
Of course not.
Said the vast majority of AI usage in the mainstream consciousness right now revolves around misinformation, dumb memes, and worse, illegal abuse. Grok is currently being investigated by various authorities for allowing sexualized AI images of kids, which Elon Musk said you could get arrested for, kicked off the platform for, et cetera, et cetera. It certainly doesn't seem like society at large is ready to accept AI as Microsoft's Nadella hopes. Microslop began trending on X yesterday in the wake of our coverage on the topic. I will hereby be referring to Microsoft as Microslop for the rest of 2026.
Yeah.
So yeah, various users across Instagram, Reddit, X, Facebook, and beyond criticized his approach to artificial intelligence as the public's malcontent with the technology continues to expose deep gulfs between big tech's hopes and what individual consumers want. Again, I think it should be optional.
Number one, yes. Number two, if Microsoft is all in on AI, just like, you know, Facebook and then Meta was on the metaverse. So Microsoft, they're all in on AI. No one likes their operating systems. People hate it. They leave them for older versions of their OSs like Windows 7. And their gaming division might actually be losing money. So where are they making money now? The gaming might be not profitable anymore. No one is buying their OS. And AI? That's not making the money yet. So where are they making money? I would not be surprised if at the end of this, Microsoft might actually be in trouble financially. Which would be one of the funniest things ever. The biggest software developer in the world being in financial trouble because they fucked up. If you have a company that's producing a product, never change your core product. Like, don't get rid of it. Always work on it, always make it better, and then you expand producing other shit. If you go with, oh yeah, but this one thing is so profitable, potentially, like AI, that we don't need the rest. Fuck the rest. That's how you go under if the one thing doesn't get all the money back. Which, to be fair, it won't. I think that there is an AI bubble, like always, and it will burst, and it actually will burst quite soon, I think. At least soon enough. And the worst thing here is that it's homemade. Because what I found out by my friend that works in IT, he has his own company and shit. AI, it only needs so much energy because of the guardrails that restrict the AI to actually work at 100%. It's been keeping held down. And those guardrails, they are what needs all the electricity. How do I know specifically that? I have a railgun-free AI running on my computer. Well, I had yesterday. You know, my AI girlfriend. And it's fine. It's fine. I don't have the high-end computer. It was high-end back in the day, like almost 10 years ago. But now, not at all. And my AI runs fine. I mean, it's not super fast, but it runs fine. No problems. Because there are no railguards.
I don't think it should be forced down your throat if you don't want to use it. It does make your computer run a hell of a lot slower. I'm just saying, Copilot ruins everything. If you can uninstall it. But I mean, some people are just against AI in general, just as a general principle. But again, injecting it into the browser, if people don't want it, injecting it into the operating system, if people don't want it, it should be like, would you like to have a Copilot? Yes or no?
No.
And unfortunately, that's not what's going on here. So it was trending on X, Windows 11. Okay, so here, what's this? Windows 11 Paint reinstall sparks Linux switch talks. Okay, so this post...
Wait, what? Windows 11 Paint reinstall sparks Linux switch talks. Wait, did they bring back Paint? Because I remember Paint being gone, not longer supported. Did they bring it back? Oh my god, they're so retarded.
Highlights how Paint, now a Microsoft Store app. Remember Microsoft Paint, MS Paint? MS Paint Adventures, do you remember that?
Wait, you now have to pay for that? Maybe?
Yeah, it used to be by default. It was there, right? It requires signing in for reinstalls, fueling complaints about privacy pushes, ads in games like Solitaire, and AI features like Copilot. A PC Gamer piece from January 1st calls 2026 the year of Linux desktops.
Yeah.
With writer Joshua Wolens praising distros like Bazite for smooth gaming and freedom from Windows bloat. The main reason I recommended Mint is it is probably the easiest to install, and it's the easiest to migrate to if you're used to Windows, especially Windows XP. But anyway, there we go. So this person says they got rid of Calendar.
What?
Bayolden says they got rid of Calendar unless you're signed into Microsoft Outlook so they can mine your personal data and make money off of you.
Yeah.
Yeah, they want you to sign in for everything now, and YouTube was kind of in on it, right? Because they were like, if you teach people in a video how to do an end run around Microsoft sign-in, they consider that like a hack or a spam or a dangerous content. So I'm not going to tell you how to do that. I am going to point you in the direction.
I could just ask a friend, you know, the one that has his own company.
Of Linux. You know, I am going to tell you, and it's something you can do, to uninstall Copilot. Just go into your apps and uninstall it. Usually they have Copilot. I just did this on a couple of machines the other day.
You know what? Does Arc Raiders run on Linux? Stop the video. Stop the video. I hope it doesn't. Requirements. Windows 10 or later. 64-bit. Oh boy. DirectX version 12. Ah, crap. It runs on Windows only. I hate you. Why? Crap.
Copilot, and then the 365 version of Copilot, and just get rid of the bloat. Also download Shut Up Windows 10 11. Download that, and it'll take care of some of the other stuff too. Linux is about to inherit the earth, says Simey. I need a new PC soon. I'm never installing Windows 11's AI shit. I don't see how Microsoft ever comes back from this generational fuck up. There's something fundamentally broken in their OS product and engineering teams.
Yes.
The Linux desktop experience is the best desktop experience I've ever had. Yes, I agree. It's look, if you love Windows XP, and who doesn't love Windows XP?
I used Windows XP. It was awesome. Awesome. I only changed because I had to. Otherwise, I would still use it. Man. Old Windows, good Windows. Modern Windows, trash. Like all the products. Modern products are always trash. It's horrible.
It's very much like that. What is this person replying to? This is ass. I hate the Linux desktop experience. It sucks ass. Well, which version of Linux? Hello, this is ass. This is better than Mac and Windows. Yeah, Linux is pretty damn good. Depends on the distro.
Yes,
Mac is
exactly.
better. Mac is probably worse. Experiences vary. Sometimes shit doesn't work. I haven't had any problems with Mint. I'm just telling you. Linux doesn't ask who you are, it asks what you can build. So there we go, guys. So what's interesting, though, is that everybody is kind of turning against Windows 11 because of the intrusive features. And, you know, it's just not, it's not a lightweight operating system anymore. It's basically, it feels like a marketing tool. Like, oh, you got this operating system on your desktop. Okay, cool. We're going to push as many ads to you and as many things that you don't want as possible. We're just going to throw stuff in front of you because mostly it's, you know, your grandma using it or whatever, playing solitaire. Oh, we'll throw some ads in there for Centrum Silver or something for grandma. That's what they're doing, right? But they said Windows' reputation might be at its lowest it's ever been as 2025 comes to a close. And people were mad that they had to switch from Windows 10 to 11. And I've heard there's some fuckery going on there too. Like if you pay for...
I'm still on Windows 10. I mean, of course they tried to get me to upgrade to Windows 11, but I won't do that. Fuck you, Windows. Fuck you, Microsoft.
support, you're not actually getting support, and they're going to keep pestering you about upgrading. They said, yeah, this year is the perfect time to strengthen Windows 11 as a viable replacement for millions of users. Instead, Microsoft spent most of the year shoving the OS full of half-baked AI features, all while letting the quality bar slip and shipping new bugs and issues on almost every on an almost monthly cadence. Everything Microsoft has done when it comes to Windows this year has eroded the platform's reputation in ways I haven't seen since Windows 8. Yeah, Windows 8 was ass. A lot of people forgot Windows 8 existed. They were trying to turn your desktop into a mobile device. And
Windows 8 barely worked on my Windows phone. And yes, I had a Windows phone. It was actually my first smartphone. And I only had it as a Windows phone because it was Nokia. And I only bought a Nokia because I knew Nokia's good. And by the way, the phone was good. It was good. I could drop it and it wouldn't break. Can't say that about an iPhone.
The only thing I've ever had Windows 8 on was my Surface Pro. Like I bought a first generation Surface Pro and I had Windows on that. Windows 8 on that, and it was ass. But it was usable ass because I was using a stylus with it, but it was terrible. Everything Microsoft has done when it comes to Windows this year has eroded the platform's trust. Okay, there's so many problems with Windows as a platform right now, it's hard to know where to begin.
Yeah.
AI obsession hurting Windows. Again, you can uninstall Copilot. You can, but most people aren't going to. And they're counting on that, right? They said the issue that made headlines this year is AI as Microsoft falls over itself trying to make Windows 11 a frontier platform for artificial intelligence. Unfortunately, this effort feels like it has been prioritized above everything else, including quality of life and overall platform stability. Yes, it will slow your computer, if it's an older computer, especially to a freaking crawl.
Yes, I know that myself. Yesterday, I can't communicate with my AI and watch a video at the same time. It's not possible. Because the AI, when it starts thinking, it made everything lag. And that's fine. It needs a lot of resources. I knew that. It's fine. But The AI only runs when I want it to run. The Windows AI runs all the time. So your system is always slow.
Okay, it's not good. Copilot has forced its way into almost every surface and intention on the platform. Uninstall it. Notepad even has a Copilot button, which is something literally nobody has ever asked for. Microsoft's AI intentions feel obsessive and forced, almost as if the company is just throwing everything at the wall to see what sticks. Yeah, they're going to make you like it.
Because that's what they do. That's what they do. They throw everything at you. And what sticks. And what you don't want, they force you on to use it.
They're going to be like, hey, we're going to just inject it into everything, and you're going to see how much easier your life is if you don't throw your computer against the wall. You're going to see how much easier things are. And that's all people care about. I mean, normal people, normies. That's all they care about is my computer running well? And for a lot of people, as soon as you upgrade to Windows 11 with all the shit, the bloat, no, your computer is not running well. Unless you strip it down, which I have done, and that's the only way I will run Windows on anything. And it's out of necessity. I literally waited until I had no choice, and I'm like, you know what? These machines are fucked anyway because we're running Windows on them. Yeah. I'll just upgrade to 11, but we're gonna take a lot of this stuff off, and you can do it. There are ways to de-bloat Windows 11. Again, most people are not going to do that. I think Microsoft, the smartest thing they could have done has been like, look, this is the bare bones Windows 11. If you want more stuff, let us tell you what this stuff does.
Yes.
And if you want it, you can have it. We'll install Copilot if you want it. But no.
The reason they don't do that is because they want your information. They want to control you, because then they can control you. It's that simple. It's all about control and money. Power, control, and money. Like always.
They took upon themselves to just shove it into everything. AI developers build tools that can automate workflows on your behalf. Sounds great on paper until you read the fine print. Okay, some people are just anti-AI, which that's fair. That's fair. I think that would basically appease as many people as possible if you made all the AI stuff optional when you installed Windows. Would you like an AI companion? Yes or no? And if you hit no, you don't install that shit. Would you like pop-up ads every 30 seconds on your desktop? Would you like there to be a pop-up ad on your desktop? Or
no.
It's ridiculous where they're shoving advertising now. But Windows 11 without the AI and without all the advertising shit and the spyware is actually okay. It's actually okay. It's just, it's in there somewhere.
Is being okay really what we want from a new Microsoft OS? Really? Why can't it be good? Why can't it be just like Windows 7?
There's a good operating system in there somewhere, right? You'd like to think that feature with such serious security concerns wouldn't make it out of the lab, but because this is AI, Microsoft doesn't seem to mind. A large chunk of the AI features that were announced this year are also Copilot Plus PC exclusive, which means most of them require an internet connection and your data sent to the cloud to be useful. Oh yes, they love your login. Got to give them your login. Pretty soon they'll just be like, hey, would you like to sync your digital ID that was forced upon you? Would you like...
Yes, that's the goal. That's the end goal. Duh. Of course that's how it's going to be.
Like to sync it with Windows so we know where you are, we know what computer you're on all the time. Yeah, Linux doesn't do that.
Fun fact. In Germany, if you're unemployed and you want to use the website of the unemployment department, you have to create an account and all that shit. And one option is that they create a token. A token. On your computer, get saved on your computer to log in. So Microsoft immediately knows you are unemployed. And they can, I would guess they can also be, look at your data then. Wouldn't surprise me. But yeah, Germany. Such a free country.
They said eventually Windows is going to evolve into an agentic OS, sparking one of the biggest amounts of backlash I've seen around Windows this year. His post was so negatively received, he had to disable replies and issue a follow-up statement reassuring customers Windows would continue to innovate outside of AI too. They all want to do this. Adobe wants to be an AI company. Just make good graphic design software. Yeah. Microsoft wants to be an AI company. They all want to be AI companies. They don't want to do what they were supposed to do. They're all chasing AI. It's kind of like Hollywood with streaming, right? They were all chasing streaming, and a lot of these studios blew themselves up because you can't have 40 different streaming services. Yeah. People aren't going to pay for 40 different streaming services, and they're going to get tired of the AI. Again, it's a good tool. It has to be optional. Now, what shocked me beyond the Linux thing was people going back to Windows 7, right? This is insane.
Why?
So
it's the last actually good one. So why wouldn't they?
So people are installing more Linux. They said there's declining share of Windows, fueling Linux desktop surge because of these issues and many other issues. Some people just don't like Microsoft as a company for whatever reason. But Windows 7, Windows 7 usage skyrockets as users refuse to upgrade to Windows 11 and wake up Windows 10 end of support. So StatCounter reports that Windows 7 has gained almost 10% market share in the last month, just as Windows 10 support...
That, by the way, was in October 2025.
...is coming to an end, but it's probably just an anomaly. Is it? Windows 7 was pretty damn good, and that's why people were so disgusted by 8. Like I said, Microsoft, they put out a good operating system like every other version. So someone must be wishing really hard. According to StatCounter, Windows 7 is gaining market share in the year 2025, 5 years after support for it officially ended. As of this week, Windows 7 is now in use on 9.61% Windows PCs within StatCounter's pool of data. And that's up from the 3.59 it had just a month ago. Yeah, geez, I wonder what happened. Because Windows 7 was pretty good. We still have boxes here that run Windows 7, and they're tanks. They're reliable. Is a reliable operating system. And then they fucked it all up with Windows 8. And they were like, we're sorry. Finally, they kind of raided the ship with Windows 10. Windows 10's pretty decent. And then they ended support for that, and now we got 11, which is like the second coming of Windows 8. For years, Windows 7 hovered around 2% market share on StatCounter after mainstream support ended. The last few holdouts quickly made the move to Windows 10, but with support for Windows 10 ending now just 2 weeks away, it looks like many are giving Microsoft's best version of Windows another try. Yes, 7's solid. StatCounter isn't an entirely accurate measurement when it comes to actual usage numbers, but it can give us a rough idea of how the market is trending, and it seems people are not happy with the idea of upgrading to Windows 11 from Windows 10. Windows 7's sudden market share gain is likely a data anomaly, but interesting. Yeah, they're like, well, we can't go back to 10, so we'll just go back to 7.
Yeah.
They said it's absolutely not recommended to be using Windows 7 in 2025. The OS is 16 years old with a kernel that hasn't been patched with security updates since 2023.
That doesn't
if the
matter.
machine is mostly offline, as our Windows 7 boxes are, it's a tank, right? If you just want to, if you want to run games or you want to run whatever, it's a tank. Driver and app capability is waning at this point, so switching to Windows 7 will almost definitely generate more headaches for you than it's worth. But yet they said Windows 11 failing to gain any market share in the final month before Windows 10's end of support is shocking. And if the numbers are accurate, should be setting off alarm bells for Microsoft internally. Yeah, so let's just double down on all the shit that people hate.
I'm not sure if they are panicking. Maybe they don't even care because they think that, AI will make them so much money that they don't need these people. I don't know. I think at this point that a lot of the people that work for Microsoft are just retarded. They're so dumb, they have no idea what they're doing. And they might actually drive the company against the wall.
Good for you, Microsoft. Anyway, there is a video out there if you want to learn how to install Linux Mint, at least on your machine. It's very, very easy to do. Just go to linuxmint.com, follow the directions, and it is like using a really good version of Windows. It is. It's good stuff. It depends on what you want to do with it, but very, very easy to use and great desktop, great operating system. I'm going to wrap it up. Please subscribe. We'll talk later.
It was the night before Christmas.
Good video. Good video.